Hello guys, I'm here to explain you that why I'm using the chlorhexidine as final irrigation in endodontic treatments. Okay, so let me explain to you at first and then I will show you 3 articles. If you want you can read them, and I will tell you that why it's important to use it. Okay, so just imagine that this is the root. Here we have a dentin, yeah, here also as well, and this is the root canal. Okay, here is a foramen. Okay, so when we do the chemomechanical cleaning, okay, so we use the sodium hypochlorite as irrigation, as the main irrigation. Okay, I'm using the 5%. Okay, and also filing. So when the shaping of channel and irrigation by sodium hypochlorite is done, when we are ready, so I'm going to use the saline. Yeah, the saline 0.9%. Okay, so when I'm using the sodium, the saline, the sodium hypochlorite come out. Yeah, so we wash it out. Yeah, so there is no sodium hypochlorite in root channels. Yeah, and right now the chlorhexidine come. Okay, so if I use the chlorhexidine 2%, what will happen? Let me show you. I would like to magnify this part. Okay, so if this is the dentin, okay, here is the root canal. Okay, so if we use the chlorhexidine molecules come, and by exposure to the collagen of dentin, they will attach or they will sit, okay, on dentin wall of root canals. Okay, and even if you wash the root canal after the chlorhexidine by normal saline, you cannot remove these molecules. So it will attach, okay, it will attach to the dentines. Even by washing of saline, they won't leave the dentin. Okay, so the chlorhexidine is here. Right now we start to dry the channel. Okay, after the drying, if everything gets dry, so we start the obturation. Okay, so these chlorhexidine molecules is there. Okay, we put the sealer, yeah, we put the sealer in channel, and at the end the gutta perca come. Yeah, for example, this is gutta perca. What is the rule of chlorhexidine right now? There is an effect that we called it substantivity. Okay, substantivity. It means that chlorhexidine, by passing of time, okay, they jump from the dental wall of the root canal to the sealer, okay, and they have antimicrobial effect. Okay, so just imagine you did the irrigation by chlorhexidine, okay, and you did the obturation after it, and patient leave the office, okay. The day after the treatment, these chlorhexidine molecules jump and they continuously clean the root canals. So you have continuous disinfection of root canal by chlorhexidine, even after the obturation. Okay, so could you imagine that how is important it? Even when the patient is not in the office, by chlorhexidine we are killing the bacteria. Yeah, And based on the articles, this effect of substantivity will be active for 12 weeks. So it's around 3 months after the obturation. You have antimicrobial effect in the root canals. That's why I'm using the chlorhexidine. Okay, based on one of the articles, so it's 12 week, we have this effect. And based on the other article, we have 60 day of substantivity. Okay, if we are using chlorhexidine 2%, okay, if we are using chlorhexidine 0.2%, okay, this is the mouthwash, this is the Corzodil. Okay, if we are using this one, we don't have a substantivity. Okay, we have it, but it's very low. Yeah, we don't have a big difference. Okay, so we have to use chlorhexidine 2% based off the one of the article 12 week, and based on the other 60 day. Okay, but there is a question: is there any negative effect between the chlorhexidine substantivity and bonding of the sealer? Is there any negative effect on bonding strength of a sealer? Based on the articles, I will show you, no, there is no negative effect. Still, they didn't find it. Okay, but in this article, before chlorhexidine, they irrigate the canal by EDTA 17%. Because if you use the EDTA, so you can remove the smear layer, okay, and the collagen will expose. Collagen of a dentin will expose. And if the collagen is exposed, the chlorhexidine can go between the collagen, okay, it's like this, between the collagen network, and we have more substantivity as well. Okay, so if you use the EDTA before chlorhexidine, you can get more substantivity, so more antimicrobial effect. Okay, but I'm not using the EDTA. Very rarely I'm using, because when I'm using the sodium hypochlorite 5%, it's very strong, and it's how can I say, it can weaken the dentin. Okay, if I use the EDTA as well, so my dentin will be very, very weak. Okay, that's why I'm not using the EDTA. Only when, for example, I couldn't get the patency from the channel, or when I'm doing the retreatment and the load of the bacteria is too high, so I'm using the EDTA. Okay, but in 90% I'm not using. I'm not fan of EDTA. It's my way. It's up to you. Okay, maybe there is a lot of article that there is a big benefits, but it's my way. Okay, so if you use the EDTA, the collagen exposure happen, and we will get the better substantivity, and after it we can get better bond as well. Okay, based on this article, I will show you these articles, and if you want, so you can read them. So it's here. Yeah, this is one of them. Okay, antimicrobial substantivity over time of chlorhexidine. The other one is this one, chlorhexidine substantivity in root canal dentin. Okay, and the other one is this one, the effect of 2% chlorhexidine on bond strengths of two different obturation material. And here, this is there is a graph. Yeah, here, this is the group A and group B. In group A, they use the EDTA, okay, but in group B, they use the EDTA, and after it, they use the chlorhexidine. And the bond we have a stronger bond. between sealer and the dentin. Okay, so there is no negative effect. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope there is something new for you guys. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe me and take care.